Dear myself Debrotagiri. Today we discuss the principle of superposition of electrostatic force and some numerical written on this. The principle states that if a number of charges are present or for a discrete charge distribution, the net force on a given charge is equal to the vector sum of all forces due to the all other charges. Consider the discrete charge q1, q2, q3 up to qn. So to find the net force on the charge q1 due to the all other charges, that is q2, q3 and qn, we have to consider the force one by one. So the force on charge q1 due to q2 will be like this F12. This is F12. F12 means force on charge 1 due to 2. And suppose these are all positive charges, so this q2 charge will repel the charge q1 in this direction, so force will be like this. Okay, similarly this q3 charge exert the force on the charge q1 in this direction, in the line joining the two charges. Okay, this is the F13 force. Similarly, charge Qn will exert the force on Q1, that is charge Qn repel the charge Q1, so that force is F1n. F1n is the force on charge Q1 due to charge Qn. Okay, so the principle states that the net force F net on the charge q1 is equal to the vector sum of all the forces due to the other charges nearby it. So f12 f net q on the charge q1 is f12 plus f13 up to f1 vector. This is the vector sum. Okay, to solve the numerical related on the principle of superposition of electrostatic force, you should know about the vector and the vector addition. So a vector is generally represented by an arrowhead and straight line with an arrowhead, and this is called head of the vector and this is the tail of the vector. Then important thing comes that to find how to find the angle between two vectors. Suppose two vectors a and this is b vector. To find the angle between these two vectors, we have to join the two vectors with tail to tail, means tail of one vector must be connected with tail of another vector. So this is the tail connection, so this will be the angle theta. This is the angle between a and b vector. Suppose another situation, this is f1 vector and suppose this is f2 vector. So to find the angle between f1 and f2, produce one vector, that is f2 vector. Suppose produce f2 vector in the backward direction. Okay, so that tail of the f2 will meet on the tail of f1 here, so this will be the angle theta. And in another situation, suppose this is suppose f1 vector and this is f2 vector. To find the angle between f2 and the f1 vector, produce f2 in the forward direction. This is the here this connection is head to tail connection, so produce the f2 in forward direction like this. So now the connection will become tail connection, so this will be the angle theta. Okay, now remind about the vector addition. Suppose two vectors f1 and f2 are acting simultaneously at a point, so the resultant vector will be given by the parallelogram law of vector addition and another is triangle law of vector addition. So in parallelogram of vector addition, the connection of between the two given vectors are with tail to tail connection. So here you can see tail of f1 is here and tail of f2 is here, so the connection is tail to tail connection, so the result will be the diagonal. Okay, and the angle between f1 and f2 is this is the tail connection. And in case of triangle law vector addition, the connection are head to tail connection. You can see this is the head of f1 and this is the tail of f1, so the connection is head to tail connection and the result will be the third side of the triangle. Okay, and to find the angle between f1 and f2, the connection should be tail connection. So produce F1 in the forward direction, produce F1 in the forward direction. This now this will be A1 F1. So this is the tail of F2 and this is the tail of F1. So this angle will be theta now. Okay, and the net force, magnitude of resultant force or the net force is given by F1 square plus F2 square into 2F1 F2 cos theta, where theta is the angle between two vector. Okay, now to find the direction of the resultant force, consider an angle beta. Suppose beta is the angle that make F net with F1 vector. Then beta can be found by the relation tan beta equal to is equal to F2 sin theta by F1 plus F2 cos theta. Okay, remember that beta is the angle that the resultant vector make with this F1, and this F1 should be written alone, not with cosine or sine. Okay, and then another vector, that is F2, will be written with sine and cosines. So this F1 is the force that makes an angle beta with the resultant vector. Okay, now see the example 1. Three charges 5 microcoulomb, 10 microcoulomb and minus 10 microcoulomb are placed at the three vertices of an equilateral triangle of side 5 cm. Okay, so question is find the net force on the charge 5 microcoulomb. Okay, so solution will be, see here, the net force on the 5 microcoulomb charge is due to the this 10 microcoulomb charge and this minus 10 microcoulomb charge. So consider the force on the charge 5 microcoulomb due to 10 microcoulomb charge. You see here, this is these two charges are positive, so this 10 microcoulomb positive charge will repel the charge 5 microcoulomb in this direction, and this is suppose F1 vector. Okay, and this negative charge minus 10 microcoulomb charge will attract the plus 5 microcoulomb charge towards it. So this will be F2 vector. Okay, F2 vector suppose. So you see here that this is an equilateral triangle, so all the angles are 60 degree. This 60 degree, this will be 60 degree, and this total angle is 180 degree. So this is 60 degree and this is 180 degree. So this angle will be 180 minus 60, that is 120 degree. 120 degree. And see here, F1 vector and F2 vector, are joined tail by tail, tail to tail connection. So the connection is tail to tail connection. So here we can use the parallelogram law of vector addition. That is, the resultant will be diagonal like this. This will be the F net. Okay. So first find F1. So F1 can be found by using the Coulomb's law, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. So value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught in SI system is 9 into 10 to the power 9, and q1 I am considering the force F1. So consider the two charges 5 microcoulomb and 10 microcoulomb. So q1 is 5 microcoulomb, micro means 10 to the minus 6, and q2 is 10 microcoulomb, means 10 into 10 to the minus 6, and the separation is 5 centimeter. So we have to convert it into meter. So 5 centimeter is 5 into 10 to the minus 2 meter. So r square, 5 centimeter, 5 into 10 to the minus 2 square. Okay, it's Newton. So 9 into 10 to the power 9 into 10 to the power minus 6 minus 12 into 5 into 10, whole divided by 5 square is 25 into 10 to the power minus 4. So 5 into 5, 25, 5 into 2, that is 10. So 9 into 2, 18. So 18 into 10 to the power 9 minus 12, this is plus 4, this is equal to 18 into 10. that's equal to 180 Newton. This is the magnitude of F1, and the direction of F1 is, you can write like this: F1 vector is 180 Newton along B to A, along B to A. This is A point. This is A point along B to A, along BA. Okay. So now find. So we found that angle between two vectors F1 and F2 is 180 degree, 120 degree, and F1 is, magnitude of F1 is 180 Newton. Now find F2. So F2 is also given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. So see, in the Coulomb's law, Q1 and Q2 are written, magnitude of F2, magnitude of force in the Coulomb's law is written in terms of Q1 Q2 and R square, and here Q1 and Q2 are written with magnitude. Okay, so 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 value is 9 into 10 to the 9, and Q1 I am considering F2 force, so Q1 is 5 microcoulomb, so 5 into 10 to the minus 6, and Q2 is minus 10. Magnitude of minus 10 is plus 10, so 10 into 10 to the minus 6 by its separation is 5 centimeters, so 5 into 10 to the minus 2 square, that's equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 into 5 into 10 into 10 to the minus 12 divided by 25 into 10 to the minus 4, so 5 2, so 9 into 2 18, same as F1, so 180 Newton. Okay, so F2 is 180 Newton. So F2 vector we can write 180 Newton along A to C, along AC. Okay, so we found F2 is equal to 180 Newton. Now find the net force F net. So F net is equal to F1 plus F2. This is the principle of superposition, and F net magnitude will be given by F1 square plus F2 square into 2 F1 F2 cos theta square root. Okay, so F1 is 180 square, F2 is 180 square plus 2 F1 F2 means 2 into 180 into 180 into cos theta is 120 degree, so 120 degree, cos 120 degree square root. This is 180 square, this is 180 square, and this is 180 square, 180 into 180, so 180 square, taking 180 square common, we can found 180 square whatever, this is 1 plus 1 into 2 into cos 180 is minus half, so 180 square root over is 180 into root over of 1 plus 1, 2 cancel out, so this is minus 1 plus 1 cancel out, so answer is 180 Newton. This is the magnitude of net force is 180 Newton. Now to find the direction of F net, consider an angle beta that makes with F2 vector. So tan beta, we know tan beta is F1 sin theta by F2 plus F1 cos theta. So beta is the angle that resultant vector F net vector makes with this vector, that is F2 vector. So F1 is 180 into sin theta is 120, so sin 120 by F2 is also 180 plus F1 is 180 into cos 120, so that's equal to 180 into sin 120 is root 3 by 2, this is 180 plus 180, and cos 120 degree is minus half, so that's equal to 90 root 3 by 290, 180 minus 90, that's equal to root 3. Okay, so tan beta is equal to root 3, tan beta is root 3, so beta is 60 degree, so this angle is 60 degree. So the result is, you can write F net vector is 180 Newton along, suppose this is x, along AS vector. Okay, and this resultant vector makes an angle 60 degree with the arm or with the side AC. Okay, now see the example 2. Three charges each of magnitude small q are placed at the three vertices A, B, C of an equilateral triangle of side L, and question is, find the net force on the charge capital Q placed at the centroid of the equilateral triangle. So pause the screen and try to solve yourself first. So you see here that small q charge, this small q charge exert the force on capital Q along this direction. This is suppose F1 vector. Since this is positive and this is positive, so this positive charge will repel the charge Q, and similarly the force on charge capital Q due to the small q will be along this. This is F2 suppose, and this is F3 is the force on charge capital Q due to small q at the C point. So by the principle of superposition, net force on the capital Q will be the vector sum of F1, F2 and F3. Okay, let this F1 and F2, F1 plus F2 is F dash, and this is F3. So first add F1 and F2, that is we will find the F dash, and after that add with F dash. After we find the F dash, then add with F3 vector. Okay, by vector addition. So by the property of equilateral triangle, as this is an equilateral triangle and the O is the centroid, so we know that this distance AO must be equal to this distance BO, and this is equal to CO, and this is equal to R say. So F1 is force between small q and capital Q, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught small q capital Q by this distance AO square, that is A square R square, and F2 is also 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught small q capital Q by R square, and F3 is also 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught small q capital Q by this distance square by R square. You see here that magnitude of F1, F2 and F3 are same, that is equal to Fc. Okay, now these three forces are acting like this. We can easily find the angle between F1, F2 and F3 are 120 degree. This is 120 degree, this is 120 degree, and this will also be 120 degree. So we found here that F1 equal to F2 equal to F3, and this equal to F capital F say. Okay, and F net equal to F1 vector plus F2 vector plus F3 vector, and suppose F1 plus F2 is F dash vector. So first add F1 vector and F2 vector, F1 and F2. You see here the connection are tail to tail connection, so it will follow the parallelogram law of vector addition. So the result will be the diagonal like this like this. This is the resultant force F dash. So F dash is equal to F1 square plus F2 square into 2 F1 F2 cos 120 degree square root. So F1 is F, F1 is F, F2 is also F. So F square plus F square into 2F square, F1 plus F1 into F2 means F square cos 120 degrees minus half square root, that's equal to F square plus F square minus F2 to cancel out minus F square. So this cancel out, so F square root is F. Okay, so this F dash is F, and we already found that F3 is also equal to F. So by adding F1 and F2 we get F dash vector, that is exactly opposite to the F3 vector or having magnitude F. So these two vectors, this is F3 vector and this is F dash vector, is equal to F1 plus F2 vector. So these two vectors are exactly equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, so they cancel out. So the net force on the centroid is 0. Okay, this is the answer. Thank you.